You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries. As we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media, this is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get to our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest. He's probably old enough to remember this, too.
Good morning.
Welcome back. You remember that one?
I do, a little bit,
okay.
Yeah.
Travis Robinson is with us, Maxwell Agency. Glad to have you back with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money. I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And, of course, we are celebrating today Microwave Oven Day.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I guess that one you have to say. National Pawnbrokers Day. I don't know about that one.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, so I think we're just going to stick with one of my favorites. How about gazpacho? You like gazpacho? I don't know. I don't know about gazpacho though, because I am usually gazpacho is a little bit spicy, and I'm the first to admit it. I'm a wimp. Right, I'm not into all the spicy stuff. So I was out. I don't know if you like the Red O. Do you ever go down to the Red O down there in Newport Beach?
No.
Okay, great little restaurant down there. I think it's in Fashion Island area, and go down there Saturday morning with some folks, and they're all drinking spicy Bloody Marys. Well, they know me, and they know better than that. So I went wimp style. Wimpy, some people think of wimpy, if you're old enough, you're thinking about the guy that eats the hamburgers, right? I'm like, give me none of the spicy stuff. Just give me the more vodka. Instead of throwing the Tabasco in there, just put more vodka in there. Doesn't that make sense? Just throw that out there. Hey, let's see what the markets are doing. Dow Jones Industrial Average now up 624 points. The S&P 500 up 42. The NASDAQ up is up 27. Oil up $2 a barrel. We're at $68.33 per barrel. Do you want to know? Should I tell you? I don't know. Maybe let's take a look and we'll see what I think, believe it or not, I think I might have seen that finally gas prices may have dropped a little bit here in California. I know the rest of the United States, or in the United States, gas prices are much cheaper. But Sheena is paying $3.78 a gallon in Arizona. Josh is at $3.92 a gallon. Lori's at $3.08. $3.08 a gallon. Holy cow. I don't know about that one. And in the formerly Golden State, we're paying $4.69 a gallon. $4.69. Ow! I paid $4.55 at Costco over the weekend. That's painful, but it is what it is. That's elections have consequences. We get to pay a lot for gas and say that we're going to conserve energy, right? We might go electric. Maybe that's why there's so many electric vehicles out here that I don't know what you do with an electric vehicle when the wind starts blowing and they turn the power off, but that might be a different subject for us to talk about a different day. Let's talk about what else is going on in the news today. How about, are you ready for this one? Norwegian Cruise Lines. So they got a bit of a problem out there. Everybody on the ship is vaccinated, but 17 people catch COVID. How does that happen? And one or two might even have the new strain. What do they call it? Omicron? Something like that? Now, Omicron, let's think about this. I don't remember my days of college very well when I had to memorize the Greek alphabet, but I think there's several letters between Delta and Omicron. So what's the next variant going to be? I don't know. I mean, they may run out of them because the virus is not going anywhere. Now, the chairman of Moderna says the vaccine doesn't seem to have as much effect on the virus, but the doctor that announced it in Africa or South Africa says that it's not a big deal, that this newest variant, doesn't have as much problems. People don't have as much problems with it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Moving right along. How about, do you have a little free time on your hands? I know there's some mortgage people that might have a little free time on their hands. Better.com. Did you read this story? Did you hear this story? Not the first time this has happened with Better.com. So if you're in one of these big companies and they call you and they say, we're going to have a Zoom call, well, you better wonder what's going on. Now, ours are all scheduled, so we know that there's no big deal there, right? But Better.com CEO Vishal Garg, G-A-R-G, I don't know how you say that, announced the mortgage company is laying off 9% of its workforce on a Zoom webinar. They did it Wednesday. His comments are, if you're on this call, you're part of the unlucky group that is being laid off. Boy, that's a great way of talking to people, right? Happy holidays to you. But he said they're logging in and working about 2 hours out of every 8-hour day that they're logged in for. 2 hours. I guess maybe they should have some conversations with people over the long term, or just do they wait until they find this? Or could it be that interest rates are going up and they're just doing a mass layoff and this is what they're blaming? I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But welcome to the holidays and welcome to big business. Just can't believe that kind of stuff. Let's see what else is going on. Per CNN, the Cannabis News Network, gotta love this one. Inflation is good for you. Gas prices are up. You should enjoy it. The cost of bacon is way up. Happy to you. You should like that too. Turkey, that's gone up in price. Your Christmas gifts, if you can get them. I know that I saw some people out off the coast of California yesterday swimming out to the boats. I think they were going to do some Christmas shopping, but that's a different story. I should have had my soundboard ready for that one.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I don't even have the right button to push when I do get the soundboard, but in any event. So here's the news on this one. No one's going to tell you this. You're going to only hear it here on Ron Siegel Radio. We give you the real scoop of what's going on. Here's the numbers. So we've got a jobs report on Friday. The jobs report says the market's looking pretty good. Those people that want a job can get a job. President says that he's created 5 million new jobs, but we are about 3 million down from the start of the pandemic. I don't know how his math works. Maybe that's Delaware math. I'm not sure. But here's the facts of the matter. Wages are up 4.1% year over year is what came out of that jobs report. 4.1%. That's not bad. That's really good, except inflation is up 6.2% year over year. So if inflation's up 6.2, wages are up 4.1, that means you've got 2% less buying power than before the wages went up. Ow! Yeah, so maybe we don't like inflation. Maybe we don't like that idea. Maybe the only good part of that whole story is both people at CNN, both of CNN's viewers, yeah, they might have been in the bathroom when they came out with that story. I don't know, but have you ever watched the viewership on CNN? They're down 80%. 80%. Amazing. And we already told you that the Cuomo family, similar to the Genovese family and the Capone family, they're pretty much out of business right now. So we'll see what happens there. Goldman Sachs forecasting 3.8% growth next year. So that's a good number as long as we don't see inflation going up at the 4% or 6% that it's been going up. So we're going to watch all of that for you. So with the bottom line of the markets, the bottom line is there's a mixed bag going on everywhere. If you're out there hunting for a job, maybe you need to get re-educated. Maybe you go, think about this one. $100,000 a year to be a truck driver. Now, I have nothing against truck drivers, right? I mean, if we didn't have truck drivers, we'd be in serious trouble. But $100,000 a year, if you're not doing that, maybe you want to go get educated. I know there's a school in Anaheim that's actually teaching people to be truck drivers just for that reason. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we got a lot to cover today. When you sell and when you make your move, you're going to win both ways if you listen to what we have to tell you in your real estate. Group health insurance, we're going to talk about that. We've got a featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, and if you missed any part of our broadcast. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990. Dow Jones now up 629 points. The NASDAQ, it's up 57.79. S&P 500 up 40.61. 10-year Treasury up 6 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities, the bond itself is down 9 basis points. Why is all of this happening? That's what you listen to Ron Siegel Radio for. You get all that other information is on that super secret website. That's google.com. Right, so here's the issue: is we're watching very, very closely what's going on the yield curve, because when we see an inverted yield curve or the spread between the 10-year and the 2-year is negative, that's generally, almost always, a sign of a recession on the way. So we did dip below there just a little bit. Right now, we're not looking too bad, but we're watching that very closely. We're also watching because the Federal Reserve has their meeting coming up on December 15th. Now, with that being said, some people may not have the Christmas that they want because they might be letting a little bit of air out of the balloon on the 15th of December. A couple of the Fed presidents and governors want to increase the rate of tapering. So that means they want to buy less bonds. They're saying right now the Fed's buying $15 billion a month in bonds, and they just reduced by 15. They're saying they want to reduce by 30 billion. If that happens, that was less demand for bonds. 2/3 of those are 10-year treasuries. 1/3 of them are mortgage-backed securities. Less demand for the bond means the bond price will drop, meaning interest rates should go up. So we'll see what happens on that one. I already told you about the Omicron variant and Moderna. We're watching the technicals of the bonds. We'll see what happens on the auctions later this week. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So let's learn. It's a learning time on Ron Siegel Radio. We like to get educated. And one of the best parts of my job, and I got a great job, right? I get to come in here. I get up early every morning. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I get up early every morning, study the markets, harass Josh, right? Send him these messages when normal people are not awake, and study. And then I get to come in here and chat with individuals like Travis Robinson, who does something that totally different than what I do. But the fun of it, I get to learn, right? So, I get to know enough about group health insurance. Probably, Travis, just enough to be dangerous.
Probably.
Right? But, the one thing that's not dangerous, if anybody wants to know all there is about group health insurance, call Travis.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's the big benefit of what I get to do is I just get to come in here and sit, and I open up my notepad, and I hope you have your notepad going with you as well. Because maybe you're not in charge of group health for your company, but if you have health insurance and your company is providing it, that's a group plan.
That's a group plan, yes. Yeah.
Right? So could be a company the size of 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, we go down anywhere from 2 employees up to over 100.
2 to over. So my task this afternoon is I get to go home. My son was just made full-time employee at Disney. So they sent him a package of what his healthcare options are.
Yep.
So I get to go and try and figure out what the heck is a good healthcare program.
Absolutely. And that's where we help our groups, our employees. We'll sit down with the employees and do one-on-one, talk to them about what benefits match them best, what's the best option for them and their family.
And so that's great. Generally done. Do you do this? So he's not in the he's got, what do they call it? A change of circumstance or change of event or event?
Qualifying event.
Qualifying event.
Yep.
I knew that. No, I didn't. So he's got a qualifying event going from part-time to full-time. Right? And permanent status and all that kind of stuff. So he's got this qualifying event. So he's not in the group that has where they have open enrollment.
Open enrollment, qualifying event if they become full-time, if they lose coverage, or if you have a baby. That's a qualifying event. You can
hope he's not having a baby.
Well, but I mean, the employees. So there's qualifying events where you can jump on the plan, or during open enrollment where all the employees can make changes. They can change the benefits that they want or add.
And usually during that open enrollment period, that's when they have the big team meetings, right? Generally.
Right. So we'll sit down with a group. We'll do a group meeting where we explain what we're there, we'll talk about the benefits maybe for changing from one carrier to another carrier, or for, making different changes, maybe more contributions, or if the employer's adding benefits. And then we'll do that in a group setting, and then we'll sit down and do one-on-one meetings with every employee.
I get to talk to a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Actually, you want to talk to a lot of people.
We
Right?
do.
That means you're successful.
Right. Well, and the more and people don't want to maybe ask questions that they would in a group setting, so we'll sit down with them one-on-one, and they can ask us personal questions or about medications, or they're more comfortable.
Well, that's a big issue right there too, is the confidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, not everybody wants to talk about the fact that their gout is flaring up or whatever the issue may be.
Absolutely.
Right. Or they've got a serious case of hemorrhoids. I'm not going to go there either.
Well, everyone's got problems, and if they want to be honest about it, we need to help them. We need to know that, right? Or if they have certain doctors that they want to see, we need to make sure those doctors are in a network so we can advise them on either a full network plan or a reduced network, which can save them and the company money.
So are you governed by some of the same rules that medical practitioners might be as far as HIPAA rules?
We are.
Okay.
Yes. So
if I sit down and tell you that I've got an obesity problem and nobody knows that, right? Unless you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, right? You're not going to go out. You guys aren't going out and spreading that rumor out to everybody.
Absolutely not. No, that's why we do one-on-ones with them, and we have bilingual enrollers. We can do them in person, or with COVID, we've also adapted and we do them online as well. So we can do face-to-face on the computer and review the benefits, but it's absolutely confidential. There's no issue there.
Yeah, that's a biggie, because a lot of people just don't want to talk about, they've got something going on, and instead of being open and upfront talking about it, right, they don't want to do that.
Well, in order for us to advise them the best, we need to know medications, doctors. So it's
important. So
it's important.
So I say the same thing, right? As leading a lending team, we always tell people that, we're only going to be as good as the information we have.
Absolutely.
Now, people don't want to know this about lending, and they probably don't want to know this about health insurance. But even if they don't tell you, the insurance companies have ways of finding out what's going on. So you don't want to be dishonest.
Well, I mean, it's just you don't want to be dishonest, but it doesn't affect us. It's just the more information we have, the better.
The better job you can
advise them. Absolutely.
That's the whole idea. So you guys are out there trying to be great advisors,
mm-hmm.
and if you're not dealing with a great information, right? If you're, to use a football analogy, right? If you're going out there playing a pass offense and you're in run defense, it doesn't work too well.
Right.
It's not gonna be too effective.
You're not gonna get the results that you want.
There you go.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I always did as a business owner was we always looked at it and said, the employees really don't know how much we legitimately spend for them.
Correct.
Or for them to be with us. How do you address something like that?
We do total compensation statements. So we take what they're making per hour or their salary, and then we also factor in maybe their medical, dental, vision, and that's a big issue now is retaining talent, keeping talent. So we do those total compensation statements for all of our groups, and they're custom to every single employee. They're customized, so it's great for annual reviews, or if the employees want to know, it shows them exactly what the group or the employer is spending on them.
So it seems to me like it would probably make life a little bit easier if we're contemplating making a job change, right? Knowing, okay, company A is offering me $75,000 and $14,000 in benefits.
Right.
Company B is offering me $85,000 to $5,000 in benefits.
Right. Yeah, no, it helps go out and get talent and also keep it. So it's a huge benefit. And like I said, for annual reviews, if your employees come to you and say, hey, I need a $3 raise or whatever, well, then you can go back and show them actually what the company's spending them with the compensation statements.
Does this give them an idea of where the increases are on healthcare and other items like that most people don't? And my company gives me healthcare. I have no clue what they pay.
Right.
I think most people are that way.
Yeah.
When there's an increase there, they say, well, your healthcare went up $10 this month, but they don't mention the fact that the company's contribution went up $20.
Right. So no, that we definitely show that in the statements, because it helps the employer show the employees actually what they're spending on them and what they're doing for them.
A lot of great information. We're going to continue our conversation with Travis Robinson. Maxwell Agency is the name of the company. We've also got a real-time real estate segment. I know I saw what we're going to talk about, but maybe I should tell you when you sell and when you move. We've also got a featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, and if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. You can also go to rsrhomedigest.com. rsrhomedigest.com. Win when you sell and when you move. That's the subject of our real-time real estate segment. If you're just trying to decide when to sell your house, there may not be a better time than this winter. Selling this season means you can take advantage of today's strong seller's market when you make a move. Win when you sell. Right now, conditions are very favorable for current homeowners looking for a change. If you sell now, here's what you can expect. Your house will stand out. While recent data shows there are more sellers getting ready to list their homes this winter, there are still more buyers in the market than there are homes for sale. If you sell your house now before more houses are listed, it will get more attention from serious buyers who are eager to find a home. Your house will likely get multiple offers when supply is low and demand is high. Buyers have to compete with each other for a limited number of homes. The latest Realtors Confidence Index from the National Association of Realtors, NAR, shows sellers are getting an average of 3.6 offers in today's market. your house should sell quickly. According to the same report from NAR, homes are selling at an average of just 18 days. As a seller, that's great news for you if you're looking for a quick process. Win when you move. In addition to these great perks, you'll also win big on your next move if you sell now. CoreLogic reports homeowners gained an average of $51,500 in equity over the last year. That's a national number. California, it's about $170,000. This wealth boost is the result of buyer competition driving home prices up. You can leverage that equity to fuel a move before mortgage rates and home prices climb higher. To get a feel for how rates are projected to rise, let's look at the chart that Josh is showing us on the screen right now. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our social channels, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 KMET video feed. What are they looking at? 2022 first quarter. Freddie Mac is looking at 3.5. Let's just look at the averages. Average of Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, MBA, that's the Mortgage Bankers Association, and NAR. All four say we're going to be at 3.3 by the end of the first quarter of 2022. And right now, as of Thursday's number, I think I've got it here. Thursday, when the report came out from Freddie Mac, 3.11. So it's going to go up about a quarter. Okay, as of the end of next year, we're looking at the average. They're saying, if you average all four of them, forecasting 3.7%. Have you taken advantage of this market yet? The longer you wait to make your move, the more it will cost you down the road as mortgage rates rise even modestly. It'll impact your monthly payment when you purchase your next home. Waiting just a few months to make that change could mean a long-term financial impact. The good news is today's rates are still hovering in a historically low range, according to Doug Duncan, Senior Vice President and Chief Economist at Fannie Mae. Right now, we forecast mortgage rates to average 3.3% in 2022, which, though slightly higher than 2021 and 2020, by historical standards, darn low. I bought my house, my first house, it was 18%. Painful. Where were you at? Do you remember what you paid for your first house?
It was 10 years ago, and I had
Okay, so
no
you're
idea.
probably right around 7,
Yeah.
6 or 7.
I think so.
Yeah, that's about where that was. Selling before. Yeah, see, I could put an extra digit in front of mine to be where you were. Selling before rates climb higher means you can make your move and lock in a low rate on the mortgage for your next home. This helps you get more home for your money and keeps your payments down to bottom line. As a homeowner, you have a great opportunity to get the best of both worlds. This season, you can truly win when you sell and when you buy. If you're thinking about making a move, let's connect so you have information you need to get the process started. Hey, and don't forget, if you didn't catch it last Tuesday, we had our buddy Todd on the program talking about, if you've got too much equity in your home, and I know there's no such thing as too much equity, but if you're over that $500,000 mark and you're thinking that you might have to pay capital gains taxes, might be a good idea to chat with Todd before you sell and see if there's a way to legally defer that, not pay it at closing. That's the Real-Time Real Estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find that dream home before someone else does. Mitchell's watching us this morning. How you doing, Mitch? Let's get back to our conversation. Travis Robinson is in the house. Maxwell Agency is the name of this company. We're learning about group health, but maybe we're learning a little bit more than just group health. Travis has been on before, so I get a little bit of insight into the conversation. So Maxwell Agency, you guys do a lot more than just, you make your money on the group health, but you guys do a lot of extra value add.
We do. Value add, we do. We have access to HR professionals. We do employee handbooks, which need to be reviewed on an annual basis, especially with COVID. You have to have your employee handbooks updated annually. Your employees need to review them and sign them, which we do paperless. So we save a lot of time and money with that as well. Compliance.
And it's you're saving a tree.
Saving trees, which is good.
Good, yeah.
We have the option of going complete paperless with groups. And so that saves a lot of time and money. When you're doing paper applications, if you sit down with an employee and say you have one application for health and another application for vision and dental, that's 2 applications. The enrollment can take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. We go paperless. We have those pre-filled out, and we get them down to about 7 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. And most of us, I mean, number one, the things that we told you last year haven't changed. Like I still have the same name, right? My social security number hasn't changed. My birthday hasn't changed.
Correct.
Right. The vast majority of my family hasn't changed. Maybe someone's gotten a little older or, aged out or gone on their own plan.
And what happens is we have that information pre-stored. So really what they're doing is going through it and just kind of looking and making sure that those are correct. The addresses, you might have an employee, I moved 6 months ago. So we update that in the system. And then all they're doing is going through and looking at the health insurance, what the new rates are going to be. And we can get those in real time, where if your employees want to see what's it going to cost to add my wife to the plan, we get that real time. So we punch her date of birth in, it pops up right then and there, so we can look at it real time.
So how often can I change my selections?
Once a year during open enrollment.
Okay, that's the only time.
Yeah, unless you have a qualifying event, right? So
Okay.
unless you're able to come aboard or change, but during open enrollment, and most of the businesses renew in the 4th quarter, but we have a lot of businesses that don't. So it's based off, and it can be any time of the year. It's just based off when your business enrolled and when that is.
Okay, so that's it. Because right now, I mean, I've heard recently a lot of people that have gotten ill, so with some serious illnesses, and they were the ones that were never ever going to get sick.
Right.
Right. That's all of us, right? It's going to happen to the other guy.
Sure.
So sometimes some people went with the health savings account and catastrophic
HSAs,
injury,
right,
or something along those lines.
Yeah. So you have a contract. You're in that contract for 12 months, but during open enrollment is when you can make changes to your health, dental, vision. So that's when you can make changes.
Okay. So, just think about those. That's a big issue, right? If you're the perfect person and you think that it'll never happen to you, well, plan ahead. That's really what insurance is for.
Sure.
Right. The whole idea is if I could pay for life insurance and never have to collect it, that'd be good. It's probably not going to work that way.
Probably not going to work that way.
Right. But health insurance is the same thing, right? I mean, you want to know, you have to be honest with you and with yourself.
Sure.
Right. I mean, if you're overweight, I am. I know that I'm not going to go out there and get the ultra healthy guy's insurance. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Right. So you have to be logical in that area. And, I know that I want to lose weight, but I haven't. So, the bottom line, if you're in that scenario, if you're out there, if you're a runner, well, the likelihood is at some point in time, something's going to break down. Right. I mean, you're an athlete, you're a coach.
Yep.
Right. Something breaks down some point in time. Right. So, you're planning for the worst and hoping for the best, I guess. Right.
Absolutely.
Right. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So what kind of classes, if I'm a business owner, what kind of, so you said you do some different type of benefit classes type things?
Oh, we do trainings. So we have a learning management system where I believe it's over 5 employees now. You have to have sexual harassment training. We provide that for free.
Teach us how to do it or how not to do it.
Right. No, it's it's
just
online.
throw that in there. That's a joke, people. That's a joke.
But we have over 1,000 classes that we can provide your employees for training, all online, and they get certificates. And it ranges from sexual harassment to forklift driving to chemicals to handling chemicals properly. So, and we provide that at zero cost. You'll never get a bill from my office. We do all of this because
they like you.
Yeah, well, we just like to reinvest our time and money back into our clients and make really advise them and make their jobs easier. We enjoy working with business owners, and we want to make them, we want them to do their job, what they're good at, and we can come in and help them with all these issues and advise them on the proper decisions.
So that's a big issue right there, because there's a lot of people that are out there, and as an entrepreneur, and I was one. I didn't work for a big company all the time. Right. So the bottom line, most entrepreneurs, they know everything about everything. Just ask them.
Right.
Right. So the bottom line is I don't know anything about insurance. Most of you don't either. Most of you don't know about health insurance. But really, if you think about this logically, do you want to? Right. If you're in the transportation industry, or you're a dentist. Maybe a dentist is not a good answer, a good idea, but if you're in the transportation industry, you're a realtor, you're a CPA, go out there and do another tax return. And I know you got your 40 hours of continuing education or education all the time. These guys are doing the same thing in their world.
Yes.
Right? So let you be the expert in health insurance.
Yep.
And I can go out there and help one more family buy a house.
Yeah.
And not spend any time with health insurance.
Yeah, well, it's not important to someone until they need it or, they have a claim, right? And then it's important. And we really take that burden off of the business owners where they get access to our account managers or they call us directly and we can advise them. And that's just our job. We like to take that away from the business owner.
I like that. It's not important until it's important.
Right.
Right. And that's really that's the case, right? Yeah. Until you have a problem, you need something. Okay. It's not important until, Mary in accounting can't get a hold of somebody in insurance at the big company. Then you call you guys, right?
Yeah. The average wait time when you call one of the large carriers is 45 minutes.
Oh.
So that's why they call us. We handle it. And we spend that time on hold or, we have.
You have an account rep that can help you guys, or
a little quicker than
you have more clout than I do as a two-person office.
Absolutely.
Right?
We can get things done a little bit faster. But you don't want one of your employees sitting on hold for 45 minutes when they can be doing other things. Let us handle it. Let us take that burden off of your employees.
Like that idea. If you want more information about or to speak with Travis, give me a call at 800-306-1990. Happy to put you in touch. When we come back, we got a featured home brought to you by myfavouritelender.net. More on healthcare with Travis. I don't even know what we're going to talk about, but we've got ample conversation items. You can reach me anytime off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numero 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at RonIsMyLender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. RonIsMyLender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is, you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit RonSiegelRadio.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime. At 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The featured home segment today being brought to you by myfavouritelender.net. Myfavouritelender.net. 1 1264 Clarence Drive in Vista. Oh, our friend Brent Humphreys has this listing. Humphreys Homes and Estates. Have your cake and eat it too. I like that. Oh no, we must be talking about real estate here, so I better continue. Enjoy the peace and tranquility of a single-story sanctuary on 0.56 acre. That's 24,393 square feet. Yet be enviably close to shops, restaurants, and all that Vista has to offer. Lovely home features a completely remodeled kitchen with stainless steel appliances, premium granite counters, beautiful teak hardwood floors, and has all the space you would need for an RV, extra vehicles, recreational toys. There's even a must-see detached Zen den, currently utilized as a yoga studio. Talk about sexual harassment, yoga studio. Now, I don't want to cause any trouble, Travis. I know you're a football coach, right?
Yes, sir.
So my son played football for 4 years. And at the end of the senior year, about half the football players went into yoga class. Not going to say why they went into yoga class, but you could probably imagine the reason that they went into yoga class.
There's a few high school programs out there that use yoga, and it's, it keeps the athletes stretching, and so, but yeah, I can understand why they
may not be the reason that they selected.
Right.
And the price on this one, $809,000 is the list price. Let's look at some financing options. 10% down, you're looking at $32.69 a month. 20% down, $29.06 a month. 25% down strategically, $25.58 a month. And yes, I will give you the APRs of 3.724, 3.3, 3.553, 3.215, NMLS 42056. Let's take a look at all these things. So think about some of these options. And now with the new lending limits that just came in place, or they're coming in January 1st, but they were announced formally last week. This probably works under the FHA lending limits as well, because so 3.5% down. Think about that concept. 3.5% down on an $800,000 house. Now in Orange County, California, Los Angeles, California, think about this one. Now it's not this property, but think about this one. You can go up and purchase $1 million house, maybe a little over $1 million, 5% down, and still be a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loan. Amazing where these numbers have gone to right now. That's the featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net, 1264 Clarence Drive in Vista. Brent Humphreys, Humphreys Homes and Estates is the listing agent broker of this property. Give me a call at 800-306-1990. Put you in touch with them. Again, brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. Continue our conversation this morning with Travis Robinson. We're learning about group health and more, right? That's the, well, here's the issue, the way I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. So group health is group health, right? We need it. I think 20% of Californians are covered by Kaiser. And then you've got all these different options that are out there. And I'll be the first to admit, I used to spend a lot of time with group health when I had 50 employees. So I was the one that met with people like Travis. I didn't know you back then, so I couldn't call you then.
Right.
But the idea is I had to learn about it, and I hated it. Right.
Well, there's a lot of options. there's a lot of information.
How do I know what's best?
Right. And that's
your job.
That's where we come into play, and we sit down with the business owners and we ask them, what are they looking for? What type of benefits do they want to offer their employees? And then we also have access where we can do surveys, where we can send surveys out to all the employees and ask them, hey, are you interested in Kaiser? Are you interested in Blue Shield? Do you want dental? Do you want vision? So we can do surveys of the group, find out, get feedback, and then show the business owner, hey, this is what your staff is interested, or this is what they want. So
if I go and I get Blue Shield from you, and I go to company X and ask for Blue Shield, is it the same thing just because I said Blue Shield?
The rates are the same. They're regulated by the state of California. So what we can do and what we do with all of our groups is, like I said, there's larger networks of doctors, and then there's reduced networks. The reduced networks are cheaper, but there's less doctors.
Okay.
But if I sit down with you and I say, hey, what doctors do you need? And if I can find that your doctors are within that reduced network, then I can save you money. I can save the group money. So it's just doing a little bit of extra legwork or talking to the employees and finding out exactly what doctors they need, and then we can.
So it's customizing the program, but all programs are the same.
Correct.
So if I get Blue Shield Group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I talk to somebody else about Blue Shield 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
same rates.
same rates.
Same rates. I can't give a reduced rate because, like I said, it's regulated by the state of California. It's based off of your age and home zip code. Is what the rate would be for you. So if you get the same plan with me or the same plan with another broker, the rate's the same.
So the way you differentiate is the extras that you're doing that we talked about in the last segment. We'll talk about here as well.
Yep.
Is some of the educational plans, helping us to educate our employees, helping us do other opportunities for them.
Right. So yeah, we do. We do the trainings. We provide human resources, compliance. 80% of businesses are out of compliance, whether that be
80%.
80% are out of compliance on some aspect. And that's where we go through and we can make sure that they're in compliance, avoid penalties, avoid fines.
That's a big expense.
It can be.
Yeah, we don't want to. And something, I don't know that anybody wants to be out of compliance. I think it's ignorance.
But you don't know. What you don't know is what you don't know.
Right.
So, and that's where we really help business owners stay in compliance.
And if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Right? I mean, it's right. You don't want to be going down that road. But a lot of people look at some, and I'm looking at some of the menu of different programs that Travis has. And I would guess, how many people know what a Section 125 plan is? Right? I don't.
Well, it's just, there's a lot of things that happen, like the summary plan descriptions. Those are things that need to be handed out to your employees on an annual basis. They need to make sure that they have them, that they understand them, and then they sign that they've received it. And again, we do that paperless, so it saves a lot of time and energy. And then it's in one web page. It's in one spot where you can go through and say, hey, I've got 10 employees. 5 of them have reviewed these documents. They've signed that they've seen them, so that we have it. The employer has it.
It's a compliance issue for the employer, right?
Absolutely.
So the employer has to have that if they get audited. I don't even know who audits them, but that's not my world, right? I don't need to worry about that.
Right. That's our issue.
Right.
Let us worry about it.
There you go. So, and then it tells us now who goes after the employees that didn't sign the paperwork or didn't review it. Do you make that call? Do I make that call as a business owner?
Well, we can send reports and say, hey, you've got 20 employees. You've got 15 that have completed X, Y, and Z. You still have 5 employees that still need to either review or sign.
Okay.
So, at the end of the day, it's
teamwork.
Teamwork. We'll run the reports and we'll tell you who still needs to do what. But the employers have the access to the webpage that they can go in and also see that information. So we can send out emails and we can, push notifications for employees like, hey, you still need to do this.
And you made a comment earlier about during the open enrollment period about, if you didn't turn in your change of address.
Right.
Well, right now that's a big issue because we're getting pretty close to when the W-2s and 1099s have to go out.
Correct.
So we want to make sure that those are going to the right address.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the employees.
If they're not electronic.
Right. But we'll sit down and that's what we do. We review everything with them, make sure that all that information is correct online, and we can change it real time. And it's just easier.
How often should I be sitting down with you as a business owner to review what I have and see if I've got the right program or products for my company?
Well, you can do it any time of the year. If you renew in January, we could look at it. If you become unhappy with your carrier, you can change carriers anytime throughout the year.
Okay.
So
okay.
You can.
You don't have to wait till renewal.
No. If you're unhappy or if you think your rates are high, we can do a custom quote for you and we can look at it and say, hey, we can save you money by moving you now. There's no penalties for leaving a contract with Blue Shield or Kaiser. If you're unhappy with the rates, we can look at it and we can change it first of the month.
Okay. So if you're unhappy with the rates or you're not getting some of the services that you just talked about.
Yep.
Right. I had a insurance agent, auto agent. And I was with them for like 20 years and never talked to them. I get the renewal and pay it.
Right.
Stupid on my part. Right. I'm just going to tell you right now. In fact, our team's going to be making some calls this week. Just telling people, hey, if you've got auto insurance, call your agent and just do a checkup.
Mm-hmm.
See if you've got the right thing, right coverage, right company. If you've been there for 20 years, the chances are you don't have the right coverage. Right. You need to do a checkup.
You need to do a checkup. And that's the same thing with, we can come in and we can take over the coverage, or we can become your broker. Very simple. It's just a simple letter. And then with that letter, we can assist the business owners without changing any benefits. So if you're happy with Kaiser and you like the plans that you're on, but you're not getting some of these other services, you can work with us with just a real simple letter.
Yeah, so if you've got that absentee owner or absentee individual, that's broker.
Yeah,
and that's who we want. That's when we want to give a call to Travis and make the correction. If you want to meet Travis or any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A very big thanks to Josh and Sean for engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.